And
Rant over.
if you could give advice to anyone who's interested in being on a game show, what advice would you give to them?
They said is be yourself. And the thing is, that's kind of a misnomer in my book because if you're not a dynamic, confident, polite person, don't be that person. So it's like, okay, well, that's okay. What you don't do, but what can you do? And the thing I would say is, ask your friends and family, like, what do they think your best traits are about you? Because I mean, I'm kind of one of those people, as confident as I may be, and come off across. It's like if you ask me to, hey, say something, good about yourself, I would just shut down pretty quick and be like super humble about like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm nice. I haven't, kicked a puppy all my life, but it's like, ask your friends about, what you think they're, what makes you stand out and, kind of lean into those things. If you're charismatic, speak confidently. Um, I think, since Wheel does, Zoom meetings, all that stuff, or like, when you go on any sort of game show, just kind of have that twinkle in your eye, be like, yeah, I'm actually happy to be here. Be happy to be here, but don't act like you deserve to be there, but not that like, oh yeah, I don't have to go to this part. Don't be arrogant about it, but definitely feel confident like I belong. You got to feel that. And likewise, if there are things that you can improve on, if you have speech fluencies, like you say, like or like, no, this is not, I know I'm super guilty of it, and I don't want to go back and listen to this podcast. I'm going to say, oh boy, but that's there are things you can improve on. Go with that. Get comfortable with public speaking. I think that's probably one of the things that will help a ton because you interact with people and it'll being able to speak will kind of get rid of any shyness, that sort of thing, and you're going to be in front of an audience, so that's probably one of those soft skills you can improve on. And that confidence that you get. Confidence is one of the biggest things I think in an interview that can push you over the top. Past like, oh, do you have a good story? Cool. Are you good at the game? Cool. Do you have like that it factor, like when you're on camera, like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I think that casting directors do look for that sort of thing. Other things, and it's kind of me spitballing. I think when you have a Zoom when you have a Zoom video, like have a cool background, backdrop. I mean, unlike me, but when you're doing an audition video, have good lighting, get a ring light to, make your face, kind of pop. I mean, they're real cheap and they'll buff up your look. Um, like I said, if I say have a cool background, if you're into like baseball and it's like, or you have a sports team you're passionate about, have some pennants, have some like cool collectibles that are unique. Like, oh, they'll look at the back and they'll notice, say, okay, yeah, you're into baseball. Or, I see all these awards you have back there. What's that? Oh, you're into karate. Like, okay, tell us about that. So it's sort of, it's a little bit of a crutch, but it's a good thing to have because it's your personality. That's the thing. You're trying to convey your personality out through you know, through a video screen. So whatever you can do to push that out, the good sides of your personality, things that like make you, passionate. So when they say it's like, oh, you're into this, it's like if you start lighting up, you say, yeah, I'm totally into like retro 80s aesthetics, and like you see this 8-bit, picture that I have behind me, or like all these collectibles from Back to the Future, and like all these, sort of things. Like it shows you, okay, there's something to you, and I kind of want to get more into it. I think this is how a casting director or producer looks at it. Like if you can kind of keep them thinking, okay, I want to learn a little bit more about this person. Like this is the kind of response and feeling you want to elicit from them. To that point, take a genuine interest in the casting director and ask them about their day. And the biggest takeaway that the director will get is that you're affable, you're likable, you're a good sport, you're not just looking out for yourself. They want someone that the audience can root for regardless of skill level, although you need skill level, that's a given. And I guess sort of one of the last things I could say is if you can't be the best, be the absolute worst. Because if life has taught me anything, like if you suck, they're going to laugh at you. And if you're comfortable at laughing at yourself, you're going to be endearing. you know, so it's because for every person that we think, you have to be like the greatest player, for every Emil or, Dave Andrade, there's, someone on some other reality competition like William Hung. We remember him, and that guy wasn't really all that talented, but you know, he had something. So, just always have something. And more than that, like just turn yourself up to 11 and don't don't be gauche.